Okay, this is hopefully a short talk for the module Creative Problem Solving for Managers, and I'm Julian de Ville. Who is this module for? It's really aimed at anyone who wants to become a manager, consultant, analyst, or really any kind of professional. So somebody who can take good decisions and solve problems in the mess of the real world. So it's suitable for all of you. As professionals, we very often find that the important problems and decisions that we face are complex, complicated, and difficult. First of all, why is this? Lots of data, lots of hard data, so figures and trends, but also soft data, perspectives, viewpoints, behaviour, culture, power, politics. All of those really matter when the problem is of an important nature. You also find a lot of uncertainties, so things that we are not sure about. The problem will not be presented to you nice and neat and clear. It will be vague and poorly defined. And this is because very often the different stakeholders in the situation will disagree on exactly what the problem is and how it can be solved. So there's argument and conflict. So very often you'll find that you're not facing just one problem, but you're facing a set of interconnected problems. And this is what we call a wicked problem or a mess. To help us cope in these ill-defined, unstructured situations, a whole range of methods called problem structuring methods or soft systems methods have been developed in recent years so that we can find our way in these challenging situations. We need to be creative and imaginative in our approaches and our techniques if we're to understand fully what is going on and get down to the underlying causes and not just deal with the surface symptoms. And the aim with problem structure methods is always to see the whole problem and not just focus on part of it, which is what we usually do. And that isn't good enough. We can do better than this by taking a more holistic approach. And for me, over the years that I've been involved in these techniques, they are the most effective approaches that exist. And really the aim is to enable you in the future, in your careers, to be able to tackle any problem with confidence. We look at three methodologies on this module: SODA, Soft Systems Methodology, and System Dynamics. And we'll introduce you in a very gentle way to some very interesting methods and techniques, and they'll be quite different from what you're used to when you tackle problems or have to deal with decision making. They have to be different if we are to become clearer thinkers in complicated real world situations and understand other people's viewpoints and be more effective and rational in our analysis and decision making and much better at problem solving. They're fun to use, so you're going to enjoy using them. Okay, the module is a single 2-hour session each week. It'll be a mixture of lecture, tutorial and practical. It's very hands-on. We're doing things all the time. You're never writing about methods or techniques, you're using them. So it's very hands-on, very practical. The assessment is 50% coursework and 50% exam. Coursework is a mix of group and individual. You get a lot of support from me throughout the coursework and in preparing for the exam. I want you to do very well. I've run this module for some years now. I love it. I still have enormous enthusiasm for it, as my students will tell you, and I'm very proud of what we achieve on the module. Over the last 2 years, a lot of students have chosen it as an option, and they've done very well. Very, very few fails. Over 66% of our students get a 2-1 or a first, and indeed a quarter or a third of students will get over 70%. Okay, thank you very much for listening.